It's not even a question, this is an obsession. I don't have the strength to say goodbye. I'll have my chance to speak, yeah, tomorrow I will seize it. But now I am awake, so never
Loki.
Lost.
By the sea, green pastures, that's where we'll be.
That's where I was. That part's. And that flagman sounded cool when I came in.
Yeah. Good old playlist. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Just the Mic podcast. Episode number 222 with my homie T-Dog over here. The Jamaican sensation. The Thaddeus of all Maximuses.
Thank you, sir.
How's it
Good
going,
to be
man?
here. Great. 222 with a doobity-doo.
There we go.
That's it.
Love it. It's really good to see you. You've been on a journey with our friend Andre.
Yes.
Shout out, Andre. How you doing, buddy? I've seen a lot of photos of you.
Yeah.
Very sweaty photos. You guys had a lot of fun. It just looks badass, man. It looks like just a great time.
It was.
The heat, though, is hot, huh?
Man, I'm going to flip it for you because that's what
Really?
I thought. Yeah. So we were mostly in the mountain areas, you know. Sometimes we was down on the coast, but generally was in the mountains. And I was surprised that like the peak heat in the late afternoon would be 90 degrees and 52% humidity. And if you was in the shade with a little breeze, it's kind of great because when I came back here, I was like, it feels like you're in someone's mouth, you know?
Yeah,
It's just so humid.
completely humid as can be and moldy and everything. So,
You gonna AI me?
well, I don't have any photos of you with no hair all over your face.
Hair farmer. I'm a hair farmer.
You are, dude. It's been like, what were you? You were called Bob Ross
And Santa Claus.
and Santa Claus.
Chris Krangle.
Bob Rossa Claus.
Yes. Hybrid. Bob dominant hybrid.
But I showed up at the house the other night and was like, what happened to your... I just saw pictures of you in beautiful Jamaica with this full...
Moses beard.
Huge Moses beard. And I was like, man, if he was going to cut it, he'd cut it down there because it's so probably pretty hot. And you came home and it was high here. Is that why you cut it? It looks good, man, by the way.
Oh, which one?
It looks good cut down short.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while, man.
Yeah, I've been hiding under the Brillo.
You have.
But it was, I just got sick of eating my beard at every meal. You know, you got to do a full face bath.
When you grow out a beard, man, it
feels like a raccoon or some wild beast.
You have to you become more feminine, I feel, because you always have to groom it and you always have to like do things and
Not fun.
And you always picking stuff out of it and you're like, it just is a whole extra thing to deal with.
Yep.
But it makes us look cool though. It really does.
We're hair farmers.
Yeah, women love it.
Do they?
They love it when we have a lot of hair on our face for some reason.
Take that to the
I don't even know why, but it's cool. Science.
Look it up. Yep.
It is a scientific thing. So yeah, you guys, you and Andre went down. When you guys left last week on Sunday or so? We're down there for like a week or so.
Yeah, Monday, Andre and I went down to Jamaica, the North Coast, and radiated out of 9 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
Chilled at the
beautiful
9 Mile Reggae Land at Bob Marley Mausoleum.
And this is your second podcast talking about Jamaica. We have a previous one of your first trip down there.
Yep. And that was during the winter on what I think was like one of the coldest days ever.
One of the biggest memories that I have of that is some of the photos of the views, you know, of where you're staying and stuff. And then that big old concrete middle area that's the water.
Rain catchment.
Yeah, and it's for the whole community, and everybody goes and collects their water there as a community.
It's cool.
That really, I think about that sometimes. That's really cool.
Yeah, the rainwater is awesome, and everybody's catching it, you know?
Yeah. You get in these YouTube clips, you know, not to sidetrack too far here, but you see a lot of people that are, you know, starting their ranch or their journey of, you know, living off the land more independently from water systems and electricity that's common to a power grid of some kind or a septic of some kind. And people are catching a lot more of their water, and they're doing it with these big old, you know, 10,000, 20,000 gallon, you know, containers and everything. And that's just like, to me, this big
makes sense,
natural, makes sense way that you can do it for a whole community. And it makes, like, when you see things like that kind of seems successful when you know, I don't know all the details, obviously.
The economics of it, you know.
But the thought process, even behind making that a valuable thing for a community, I feel like that is kind of important. And I feel like if you're a leader in a community, you should be like thinking like not about all the BS that we all hear. You know,
there's a lot of that.
There's a lot more valuable, I think, goals and initiatives that could make all of you politicians a lot more successful to the public and to your people, and add real value. That's kind of a win-win for the people that are against you and for the people that are with you, because
everybody needs
something, and there's always a balance. And I feel like mimicking communities that do things in a valuable way, and then, you know,
earth friendly,
giving them the hey, thank you, man, for this awesome idea. We're going to bring that back where we're from and try to present it to our community. Seeing those type of things, or at least having a shine a light on those types of initiatives, or I don't know, it would be a lot better.
It's a cool way to live. I will footnote all that by saying that I think, you know, obviously catching rain is great because it's for free and all that. But I think they gotta catch it. Like we can let it fall here and suck it out of a pond or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think that like up in the mountains, it goes through the earth relatively fast, and you can't like punch a well like you can around here.
Yeah.
Or get into a pond. So it's when it's gone, it's gone. So they got to catch it.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I understand that.
There's caves.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A lot more caves and spelunking than I knew about in Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool. The whole island, I guess, is limestone.
Are you hearing this little side chatter we got going on?
Got a little duel going on.
So they just ate, right?
Okay.
And then this is where Butters and Blue play fight
Okay.
for a good while. So just to give the listeners
Yeah, that's
what that is.
two little dogs at my feet. It's Blue and Butters.
You got it. You got it. So yeah, man, that just tell me about the experience.
Okay, so we did Andre was fired up. I was grateful because he was like we were meeting people and going out to farms and walking.
Let's give the listeners a little bit of a background on Andre.
Yeah.
So Andre, what's his educational background, and how do you know him as a friend?
Andre has been in my friend circle for a very long time, ever since like I was probably in high school or college when I heard about Andre, and he would hang out with some of this one younger crew, and he's always a cool dude.
That rocket going up?
Is it?
No, I think it's a vehicle.
Okay. Andre, we surfed together forever and just hanging out, just knowing each other forever. And a lot of our friends, we have a lot of good friends that are the same. And
I have a friend who was his neighbor in an old neighborhood here locally growing up.
He is beloved by all, and he's super smart, and he's way into plants. And he's a nice, like he's a gentleman, but super smart, super motivated. And wow. So that's Andre, but
That's great.
He's a plant expert, and he's also expert. He's like an expert in a lot of different things, but he can run like giant greenhouses, and he makes the machines talk to each other and stuff like that, and just has so much knowledge, especially about plants and gardening, and he's soaking up the knowledge. And I've seen him hanging out with so many different farmers, and they're both just back and forth, and just super stoked.
I mean, that's the point I want to give to the starting of this conversation is he is passionate, like
Big time.
He when it comes to like exotic fruits and exotic like he had that the sugar cane. I've got the Buddha belly sugar cane from Hawaii. It's like $50 for a little stalk of this stuff, to buy it online and to get it shipped. I mean, it's really just an amazing sugar cane. And I've got probably 5 or 6 stalks out back of it now, thanks to him. And just hearing him, just talk in any facility around plants and grow facilities through with what I do within trucking and whatnot. We deal with a lot of these farms and a lot of these farming systems, like Green Life Farms is out in his neck of the woods, and just their systems. And I follow it.
But it says what? What's his
tropical and subtropical fruit grower?
No, his handle.
At A Farrell 73.
Thank you.
AFARRELL 73.
Yeah, Dre and I saw a lot of things, but we seen a jackfruit tree, and we got footage of it.
Yeah.
That was like beyond big.
We need to get another one to throw out of your place.
Yeah.
Give it a second go. That flood really hit it at the wrong time. It was just planted.
We'll get it back. I planted in place. I planted the Malabar chestnut from Knife Mike.
Heck yeah.
It loves it.
Heck yeah.
It wants it
Perfect.
drained. But Dre and I saw, that giant jackfruit. We seen coffee. And then I got these pictures of these. He could tell you the Latin name, but he said it was a relative of the yellow horn fruit. Those little pumpkin-y looking things on just a weedy vine or orangey. Mm-hmm. The leaves, you use them to spike tea because they had a lot of lemongrass tea, and they'd spike it with weird stuff that Andre tells me he's been throwing away like a weed, and now he knows he can add some kick to his tea with it.
Really?
Yeah, and all kind of things like that. All kind of weird trees, big old, I don't know what kind of lime or lemon we've seen, but so many things I've never seen, and a lot of, the epiphytic growth, a plant on a plant on a plant growing on the branches and stuff. Saw a lot of different kind of birds, like birders. If you want to go see some weird birds and some great summer weather, that's the place.
What kind of birds stuck out to you down there?
Well, remember the crows? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So they're chattering and doing the same thing down there, and I guess theirs are rowdy ones that want to take the eggs and the young out of the other nests. And so we've seen this, I guess, a mockingbird relative that was always dogging the crows and telling them get lost. I think they called it, I'm not going to try and say it, but and lots of little birds, lots of hummingbirds, iridescent hummingbirds, and weird, I don't know, finchy, like downbeaked kind of.
Any parody kind of?
I didn't see no parody thing, anything like that, but there's a lot of little bitty birds too, just everywhere. And there's birds of prey. I think I've seen an owl again.
Okay.
And
any like lizards?
yeah, oh yeah, we seen. So I got photos somewhere, and it's one that, I don't know, it's kind of cool. It looks like ours, maybe not the Cuban brown, but the regular anole.
Okay.
Anole, depending on if you're a tomato or a tomato.
Mm-hmm.
But it had like a blue tail and these little like beads on its spine, like little white dots.
Yep.
But the blue tail was weird. And then there's I didn't get to see there's a real big version of that down there. I didn't see that, but I seen a toad that was bigger than both your fists. Yeah. I guess Andre says there's somewhere in South Florida where it stays warm.
Okay.
But I'd never seen them. And
like iguanas?
I didn't see any iguanas. Maybe they're there. They ain't got squirrels. They don't got a bunch of poison snakes like we got, and too many spiders and all that. It's great.
I was in Vero Beach. The reason I'm asking you the questions about the lizards, I was looking for the picture just now, is see that thing right there?
Yeah.
That thing was about 7 inches long, 8 inches long.
It looks like what kind of lizard?
Kind of like an iguana, but bigger.
With a whip.
Or smaller, I mean,
It's got like a whippy tail.
Oh, yeah. And it sits up like it. Like if you look, it's got an orange head, though.
Like a monitor lizard kind of. Yeah. Iguana. That's weird.
And that's in Vero Beach, an hour and 20 minutes south of Titusville.
Godzilla.
And in Melbourne, they got those bigger, bully looking freaking
I've seen them.
tough guys.
Yeah.
When I used to go down to Jupiter, Florida, and there's this place called it's by LPGA Boulevard, kind of close. It's the Juno Beach Cafe.
Okay.
We would go to the inlet and snorkel, or go by the inlet and the beach over there and snorkel, and we'd always go eat at the Juno Beach Cafe.
All right.
And I'm 23, 24. I'm pretty young here, so we're just going and getting a hotel there and spending like a weekend. And when we went to that Juno Beach Cafe, I got out of my car, and I just remember looking down, and there's like 10 of them. And they were like coming at me.
10 what?
These little bully lizard things.
Okay.
And I've never seen them like that big. I've seen our anoles and our little geckos and stuff, but these things were like thicker.
Did it weird you out?
And they were not scared of you. It's like they were like going to shake you down for what you had
a little
on
gang.
you. Yeah. And it left an impression on me. And then, we come back north just a few hours and, we don't see any of that. And then I remember being in Cancun, and they were just iguanas everywhere. Like I had pictures just all over the trees.
So they changed the climate zones for Florida. Now we're like what the Keys used to be kind of recently.
Okay.
And I've talked to different people who have different takes on it, but I just always remember this. When that happens or the lizards come up, I always remember like when we first got like down here, or when I first started being in Cocoa Beach, like I just remember like maybe up to 1977, way up north Cocoa Beach, north of the pier even, there was this bank and it had these giant coconut trees that looked like the Big W on that one old movie, The Big W.
Oh,
Anyways, real tall, and then they froze and didn't come back, but it takes a long time for them to get tall. So maybe we're in one of them runs where it's going to seem like, oh, it's warm. We can grow that. We got 40-foot coconuts, and Titusville's got a giant mango, but we could get snuffled at any time.
Well, in Titusville, just you bring up the coconut, and Titusville's been like right at that borderline
Subtropics.
where like some coconut trees have survived, but a lot of them die.
We get stung.
We
hard.
get in, a lot of them die.
Yeah.
But people keep trying, and it's like we're that line of coconut trees that as the wormer and the geckos and all the crazy bigger, lizards start coming this way, the coconuts are going to be with them too.
I think a dude named Jimmy Browning,
Does that become a food source? I'm sorry.
he's got the biggest coconut tree up there in Mims.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, we could get snuffled. We could get like, some lower 20s. We could get snow again, like what was it, 1989 or something? And
the Keys in Miami, they don't get that ever.
well, like in 77 and a couple hard freezes I seen, they'll get dead fish and it'll get super cold and things die. So I'm just gonna say again, we could get snuffled at any time.
Yeah.
That's, my 2 cents.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up.
Like I was in Melbourne just last year, and I saw those big chunky lizards there. The same ones that are in Jupiter are now in Melbourne.
Following you.
And it's just natural migration, I'm sure. They're catching rides on cars. And
We haven't had the cold like we used to.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute, and we just had the first 2 frostless winters ever recorded here in Titusville.
So if we get one with like a week of frost, they all might just
It's
and
going
they
to
be
carve
gone.
out, and anybody that does live and they proliferate, then they might stick around, and then you got to get another oddball that can go
just like
further.
plant genetics and trying.
Yeah.
That's just the natural selection, and
They got the gators with their noses in ice up in the Carolinas.
yeah, yeah,
Going to
Yeah.
comas. I think Frank's going somewhere
that's insane.
this week. I don't know where, I can't remember, but Frank's on a journey to go see an oddity, a gator somewhere it shouldn't be.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah. He's going to
That's
press
cool.
release that. Yeah. We need to
Oh,
catch
that's
up with
great.
Frank.
Yeah,
He's got the boat going.
cool.
Lots of good things happening.
Well, we'll have to get him on here next.
And Rebecca. Yeah.
we get a weekend or during the week when he's got a free day to come over. Both of them have him come over and record with us.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Who else? Kyle. Kyle in the 8 Minute Mile.
Same. Yep. Let me know. June the 20th, like the coming up. My daughter's birthday is July 22nd here.
For real?
Yep. And we're going to be taking that whole week and going up to Georgia.
Okay.
So we're going to be up there on the property that, we were at a few weeks ago, and fishing and shooting guns and
Cool.
doing all that stuff again. So just a heads up on that. But when we get back from that, kids will be going back into the school season, and everything's going to be kind of going into where work's not going to be so crazy. Just, man, it's been wild.
So we'll start the parkour thing up again.
Oh yeah, start getting some guys in here, start recording.
Dude, I didn't know this, but
Especially as it cools down.
hell yeah. But your house feels icy and good.
Oh,
I wanted to not forget that. I don't know if you ever had a Julie mango or mango.
Is that the
Coconut.
the orangey kind of color ones?
The one I ate was yellow with some orange patches, but it was, you smell it and you go, coconut, and there ain't no fiber in it. It's all buttery.
I got one out back there
My favorite.
that we got from Publix,
Yeah.
and it was yellow and like that. And we took there's a little seed,
It fruited.
and it they say that those type fruit right away. They're not ones that need to be grafted.
Cool.
So I planted one back behind the wall there, like just a seed that I couldn't believe even grew. So I might have them out back, or a similar one to that. It's like that type of, I forget what it was called, but Mr. Perry had some at his house, and they fruited right away from seed that he got from Publix.
I think.
And he was telling me about them because he's got so many over there that you got to graft, and Crane's the master grafter over
Yep.
there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Gordy is doing it now and really, getting good at it, and has some
Mangoes,
pretty
man.
big trees. So,
Mangoes are in demand,
yeah.
and I love them.
Well, with the citrus and everything, having all the issues, you had a couple big companies that had a lot of land. Well, they're just transferring over to a real estate company now because they're going to piece out their land at huge profits of what they paid for it because they can't grow the citrus on it in the same type of, like the big dog, that has thousands of acres where they're growing it. they've still been operating, but at much lesser scales and smaller profile, portfolios of their business.
You got some nuggets about the cherries and some global fruit.
Yeah,
fruit.
and we're going to keep peppering back through this podcast of Jamaica. We might pepper in some different things here.
We're peppering.
But I want,
Pepper.
So yes,
cherries. I sat on a bag of cherries.
Season started a few weeks ago in California. We started seeing cherries pop up, and some of the quality wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad.
Because of what, weather or shipping?
That the background of that, I've heard it through the shipping grapevine, but I can't speak from eyeball knowledge and from any grower there.
But what
particularly
the cherry's not as tasty.
But usually you'll get like we get a produce news thing in our email inbox, and it tells you about things. And before seasons start to go, because of frost or because of fires, because of drought, because of whatever the instance may be, the cherry season this year or the grape season this year or the cantaloupe season this year isn't so strong, or man, it's a great season. Washington, in comparison to the California cherry season in particular that we're talking about, we kept getting warnings and seeing these things in these produce news magazines. The cherry season up in Washington and Rainier and up there in Yakima and Wenatchee in BC, Canada, up north, just on the other end of Washington there in the Canada side. The cherry season looks beautiful. The crop looks beautiful. We have actually eyeballs of people who sell and who own these farms talking to us and telling us about how great this season is. And it's so it's kind of like what it tells us in the trucking, like, oh crap, like we might run out of trucks. If there's a huge crop up there, and it's going to drive rates up, which is a great thing. So it's good to have as many trucks positioned to be ready. And you know what I mean? It's like start pumping your drivers up and telling them, hey, we got an opportunity for some money here. Market's been really flat for a while. So it kind of has been true. The rates haven't screamed up, but they've been healthily,
Going like this.
Gone up $600 to $800, And at one point, right before 4th of July, it went up to, 10,000, a couple loads, not many, but, some good, the cherries have been beautiful and robust, and they're still going. And now in another week or two, BC Canada is about to kick off because we ship a lot, coming into Florida, coming into your North Carolinas and Georgia areas. And then my partner Jared in the office, he does a lot of the California, so I'm just sitting right next to the guy who's shipping out a lot of different commodities out of California, Nevada, and Arizona coming, to the Southeast for a lot of your grocery stores and stuff, And he's been shipping a lot. Like it's been very, heavy with all the commodities, especially strawberries. Strawberries have been just crazy this year. But just Washington just had that right where the frost left at the right time, and they didn't really get hit too hard after that with any kind of, side action or anything. In the year prior, they had some real late frost that really hurt them, where we didn't even ship any cherries out of BC, Canada last year hardly.
It blew their flowers
It just
out.
killed their whole season, yeah. The whole season was gone. And so we've been kind of in the hot mix at work, man, where it's been, a lot of loads, a lot of pickups, a lot of shuffling around, and the season's been busy. And working, like getting workers and stuff like that, there's been a lot of up and downs in that all across that, coast and the produce field.
Yep.
And it's just something that us as agents, and middlemen and communicators across all the channels, that we just kind of hear about and see and experience and deal with,
as waves.
Yeah. And it's been interesting. This is like also the time when a lot of your coworkers are taking vacations. We're all taking time off because it's the summer with the kids, and and it's been hot, man. We've been getting a little bit of rain.
Yep.
Not a lot, but a little bit. A little bit of dry spells here lately. Kind of
perfect for summer.
Yeah. And are you happy with what the rainfall at the house is? The ponds kind of filling up and everything?
Yep. ground's squishy. It's not going to be like a fire thing anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So yeah, work's been kind of spicy and good, you know, really good actually, but busy, like all day. You know, a lot of side, like even Sunday afternoons, you're getting calls at work. Hey, we're adding another pickup over here, and you got to tell your driver right now, and I got to know how fast he's going to be there because I got one guy waiting on him with 2 pallets of cherries. You know, and you're like, oh my god. So you're just really
Keeping up with it.
yeah, you're just constantly kind of playing with, looking at your phone, and just like stressing it almost in a way. Like, oh man, is there going to be another issue? You know, you almost don't want to look at your phone out of
It's coming though, right?
Yeah.
Something's going to happen.
But yeah, it's been a really good season. I really think that the season might keep getting, you know, a little bit busier.
Ramped up.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what the rest of the year brings, because the rates very well easily could just bottom out and we get slow the rest of the year, or it could just keep ramping up and getting busy.
What's next on the list when something's plenty?
I know we got a little bit of citrus is starting to trickle out. Like I just did some out of frostproof Florida today, going up to Georgia and down towards Miami. Some small lows are like 15,000 pound navel oranges. So there's a little bit of those popping off right now. What else is going on? Like Florida just died, so really up in Georgia, North Carolina is a lot of the stuff, a lot of your corn, and a lot of your stuff's growing out of there right now.
Corn. I seen corn in Jamaica.
Okay, yeah. Peaches were growing, here recently. I saw they had a lot of cotton just got, is being planted up in Georgia right now, and a lot of beans were up there here last time I was up. So I look forward to seeing what all the fields up there in Georgia are going to look
cool
like
looking.
when I go up here in a couple of weeks again. And we'll get over to that. Isn't that bacon good from that Jones Meats?
Yeah.
Climax, Georgia.
Yeah.
Jones Meats, man. It is. I got some smoked pork chops in the freezer too.
What do you call it with the hair on it and the skin?
The rind.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
It's
rind
they'll do it rind on or rind off, and it's so awesome because if you bake it in the oven at like 425 or so, and you get that crack, it'll turn into that pork crackling. It just crackles out, to where you can actually eat it, and it's like has like a pork rind flavor to it, and
it's super heated.
It's so good. Like you can take those torches. Those flame torches and just crisp it right up on the edges when it's done. I did some with some maple syrup and some brown sugar. Like I had a mixture and I just was dipping the bacon in it and then putting it on racks and baking it in the oven. It was like candied bacon. Oh man,
I love bacon.
I like bacon.
I want some bacon and grits and eggs.
Oh yeah,
right.
We did that for dinner the other night. We were like, dude, I did a French toast.
Biscuit, maybe.
Take an egg, and dip a bread in it, with the...
that, too.
Oh, dude.
Full gluttony.
It was amazing. Yeah, with some eggs over easy.
Yep.
Some of that maple bacon, some grits.
You like the poached egg?
Oh, yeah, and I take the grits. You take a couple eggs over easy and throw it right on top with salt and pepper.
Yep.
Just mix that in with the yolk.
That's the one. Old Faithful.
They'll break up some bacon.
Wow.
We went to Dixie Crossroads the other day, too, with my dad.
I've been dreaming about the broiled rock shrimp.
Oh, they're so good.
A couple dozen of them.
Yeah, we did the
like
Dixie Spectacular with the lobster and crab legs and
corn fritters. Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then that little ice cream place over there by First United Methodist, that
down
Cruisers.
Yeah.
They have that no-fat frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And they do it by weight. So when it's like a $50 feel in there, And they have like marshmallow sauce, peanut butter sauce, hot caramel.
Yummy.
And then they have all the scoops of boba, those boba tea mango things, and Heath bar, and
gluttony.
All the terrible stuff.
Yes, it's good.
Oh man. So yeah, we've been eating good here lately. Keeping the weight down though.
Cool.
So I've been as low as 232, and I've been back up to about 245. I started this off at 285, and still doing a lot of the good things. Still, fasting most of the time, but I've had some bad weeks here and there. But everything's been health wise. All my blood work came back really good lately, and
Cool.
things are good on the health.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, man, you look good too, man.
Thank you.
You look happy.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel like you got things on the horizon or something going on over here. Got a little Thad, like Jamaica glow on you.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You've started talking, like getting some accent on you there?
No, hell no. I'm not. No,
No?
because I some of my, no matter what, I'm going to pronounce it and it's still going to sound like cool when they say it and like just clunky. You know when I say it?
Yeah.
It's cool,
It's kind of beautiful. Did you get to play music?
I not a whole bunch, but I played two really, 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 really old pianos. Respect, and it was just cool. But no, I got to watch music like a full band every day, and I got to catch the vibe,
Yeah.
every day, and that was good for me.
Heck yeah.
And I came home and I hit the keys because I've been healing my hand, and I hit it, and I felt like, when you do a lap and you come back and you be like better instead of not.
Yeah.
And it had some snap to it.
So
Caught a vibe.
taking the crucial not wanting to give away time away. I got to put the piano away for a bit. I got to get my hand better.
I would.
And I got to heal
more.
But it's helped you by just being patient with it. So now you're coming back and you're like, ooh, it's even better, stronger.
It's cool. It feels, weird and cool. I like it.
Yeah. I love to hear that, man. Love to hear that. Well, let's take a little break here, and then we'll regroup. We'll get some Orlando Magic conversations going.
All right.
I want some band news right when we come back. Okay. I know you got some on Kyle and Flagman, so I'd love to hear about what they got going on.
Yeah.
Let's get a little shongy in.
Talk to Rudy today as well.
And we'll get in that with Rudy.
All right.
All right.
That's very strange. Can you hear the ocean crying? That's very strange. Can you feel the ocean dying? That's very strange. Just how the people stand by? That's very strange. And watch it all go down. That's very strange. Can you hear the ocean crying? That's very strange. Can you feel the ocean dying? That's very strange. Just how the people stand by? That's very strange. And watch it all go down. Help us, Noah. Help us believe. Receive you all peacefully. Help me, Noah. Help me see. Help me, ocean, says when she rise. You can always hear it. Listen to the sound of the sun. Immerse yourself in it. You're supposed to be, or not to be. So what's to be in the mother ocean? Sweet past and future, future. Sweet past and future. Sweet past and future, future. Sweet past and future.
Huh? Hello? Mommy, they picked up. Hello? Hello? Hi. Hi. My mommy told me to call you. Hi. She did. Mommy. Hi. They're talking on the phone. Hi. Hi. You know what? What? I like ice cream. Really? You know what else? What? I like trucks. You like trucks? Yeah. I like to play with trucks. Wow. Hi. Hi. Do you like to play with trucks? No. Yay! We can be a truck family. Who is this? I can be the baby trucker. Daddy can be the father trucker. And you can be the mother trucker. Yeah. You're a mother trucker. You're a mother trucker. Are you there?
Can I come over and play?
Who is this?
We are back from break.
Back.
Back from break.
Basketball.
The Orlando Magic. Things are looking good. This is the optimistic time for the Magic. Usually in years past, I will, during the summer league or after a draft or a big trade, Scott will come out here peacocking, talking about, we're doing the right things. We're gonna do good. And usually we fall flat, and then everybody, I don't talk about it, and I be quiet, and everybody kind of forgets that I
Crumble cake.
was so brave and brazen preseason. And here we are again, same song and dance, yet this time it's real. We talked about the Desmond Bain trade on a previous episode.
Yep.
I think it was even the last episode, maybe. Since then, we've had the draft, and we drafted Richardson, Jace Richardson, I think it is. I could be wrong on that name. It's Jason Richardson's son, who played for the Phoenix Suns for a long time and played for the Magic for a couple years back at the end of the Dwight days. And I love that his father's work ethic. Just a great player. And this kid, he has an energy and a kind of a aura and a personality to him. And he's got this confidence, and he's from Michigan State, and he's got this he's a little undersized. He's like 6'1", but he just has this thing. If his dad trained him, if he has any of his dad in him as a player, he's going to be a fun one to watch. Like he's got a lot of heart behind him and a lot of confidence, and he's not going to be starting or playing a whole lot right off the bat either. He's got to earn all of his time because we have, Desmond Bain and Jalen Suggs is our starting 1 and 2. And everybody else is coming in off the bench after that. So you got to earn your time.
But you're saying when he plays, he stands out with this like nuance.
He's had a couple summer league games that he's come out, and when you watched him play in Michigan and stuff like that, Michigan State, some of his, film and everything, he's got this spunk and this energy to him. He can shoot. He works hard on defense. He's got a fundamentals. He's got a nice looking shot. He's young, obviously, coming into the league. He's a 1-year, college player. So he's coming out, right after his freshman year. So he's young and has a lot to prove. And he's joining a team like in middle of the first round type of draft pick, like 16, I think it was. And, and then we got Noah Penda as our second round pick. He was the last Frenchman taken. There was like 4 or 5 Frenchmen basketball players that all got picked in the first round from the same, country in France. And this Penda guy was the last one that came over here, hoping to be a first rounder. And he was, the Magic traded up to get him, like the second pick in the second round. And this kid's like a hard worker, defender, just going to be great for the Magic. And just another, plug and play bench guy that's got to earn it, but he's got the Jonathan Isaac type of defensive acumen to him. And it's going to bring a lot of heart and energy to the team. And we're coming in to with one of the highest payrolls in sports, in basketball. We have paid everybody. Paolo just got his, a 230 something million, potentially $281 million 5-year deal. 288 million potentially, I think it is. And it's kind of amazing that the Magic have 270 million they just put on Franz Wagner. They had 150 million they just put out to Jalen Suggs. Desmond Bain's getting like 200 and something million. Or some huge numbers. I don't know what his number is, but it's a lot. And so we've got a lot of money out there. So we have to win now. Like we've been shoestring budgets, not really, paying too much or, we've been well under the cap, you know what I mean? And kind of losing. So, this is kind of like the first year of you better show us that you are worth what we're paying you pretty much to the team. And I think they're up to the task. They're the right type of player and knit where I see big things coming from Orlando. Like I'm excited to go to games this year. I think it's going to be packed. I think we're going to be really good. I think we're going to have that little bit of space that we need to shoot for all of our players that have been kind of so-so 3-point percentage shooters and so-so, field goal percentage shooters. I think you're going to see those numbers take another jump up because I really think when it comes to like when you're just by yourself shooting a basketball, you can shoot at 1%. When you're being contested versus another player, your mechanics and how you're shooting that shot has to change. Then when you're going up against a team that knows how to defend against the type of plays that you are good at, you have to learn how to overcome that to the next stage. And so when it comes to like these professional basketball players, it becomes to where you got to be in that flow state and just go with that training. So if you're not a guy, if you're playing video games after practice and you're not still putting up shots, or you're just trying to hit up women and do everything that's away from just the focus of becoming that Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all these hardest worker out there kind of guys, like you have to become that, and I think this team is all in that mode right now of having to become that. They have that dog in them with Jalen Suggs is like, just heart and hustle type of, guy that all Orlando Magic fans just love. So coming into the season, it's going to be interesting. Anthony Black has a lot to prove. I think he could be our starting point guard and our best point guard. He's young and he needs to get out of the thought that he is underneath his teammates. Like he's younger and he's like got all of the skill to be one of the best defenders, on a point guard. He's 6'5" or 6, he's got the size. He's hitting threes at a good range. He can drive. He uses his body real well. He's got like a thick body. And that kid, if he steps up this year, it's going to be pretty insane on how good our team is. Because we'll have like 2 point guards that can just run things in different ways and give Paolo and Desmond Bain and Franz Wagner all the space they need to be awesome. That's all I got.
No, I love the way you recapped it, and it's all those things gelling and everybody like. So
they had a season where they got pat like to the 7th game of the first round against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who then the next year Cleveland went to be the best team in the Eastern Conference for most of the year, when we almost beat them and probably could have if we played just a little. You know what I mean? We just were off a little bit, but we kept getting in games and coming right back in them, and our defense is just so good to where they even gave us credit. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're right there with the Boston and the Cleveland and all that. But last year, then we had the injuries and we took a step back a little bit. Like things we didn't, we added a point guard, Corey Joseph, who was good for us, but we could have got this other dude that we actually just signed. He was in Phoenix last year. Hold on here. Hold on, I'm going to find this real quick. Tyus Jones. We signed Tyus Jones is like a good backup point guard that can kind of come in and control things in limited minutes. And if somebody gets injured, he can play that kind of almost starter minutes for you and still win you games. Like sometimes when a certain player goes out, that team gets hurt so bad and can't make up for that loss that other teams can capitalize on that and just beat us, a lot. And the NBA is so statistical and analytical now that those little nuances, like other teams know about them a lot quicker than they used to know about them. It used to be you have to play that team. The players will give the feedback, and maybe some film will teach you. Now they're plugging this stuff into models that's showing you things on screens, and you're putting on headsets where you can watch film from the angle, you know what I mean, of situations and see what you missed. And just things are a lot different now, man, where you got to be really like good at defense, offense, being able to shoot the ball. Like if you're limited in anything, you better be the absolute best at something. Because if you're not the best rebounder, the best shot blocker, the most steals, if you're not one of those tops, and then, you're not going to be in the league. You're just not. That's what the team, like that's what the AA basketball college, the way basketball has developed, it's turned these guys into robots of fundamentals and doing the right things, but then getting advanced level things and dribbling techniques that, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of stuff's been thrown to the game.
It's come far.
Yeah, it's like everybody's a little Pistol Pete now. Steph Curry's kind of created that, with all the shooting. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it wakes you up, when you think something's about to get stale, and then, goes forward. It's
like when I hear you talk about like surfing and talk about like the the circuit and some of the competitions and the stories and stuff, when I hear you talk about that, it's the same way like when we're talking about gardening, when I hear you talk about that, those type of things, when I talk about basketball, I think that's where I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Just because of playing for so many, years as a kid and watching every basketball movie and video. And like I found them not long ago. I have all my written out plays. I used to draw my own little play. I always wanted to be a coach, a YMCA coach or a basketball coach of some kind, just because it was so fun. But it's cool.
That was a cool report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Magic, man. I wish there was content out there that was just a little bit better than some of the. There's a lot of podcasts out there for sports now, and I think it could be just a lot. There's a lot we could be doing a lot better as giving a lot more insights into these teams, into the way things are talked about. When you watch ESPN, it's all about, the biggest players, whereabouts and top. It's turned into like TMZ kind of, you know what I mean? Where it's all about the personal drama, or who's the guy that's maybe not happy that we could maybe get to want to be traded to another team. Like there's a lot of just weird stuff. And this year in basketball, it's different because this cap space, and there's a lot of money being thrown at live sports. So right now, when it comes to everybody's television, you either got to pay a lot more to have all this, these pay subscriptions. You have your Netflixes, your Amazons, you have your Hulu, all these packages, and on top of that, your internet. And most people are just going to go to their TV and get the bunny ears, and they're going to watch the 16 or 20 or 30, 40 channels they can get. Or if you have the internet, basic internet, you can get like, Pluto TV, or, LG has their own TV channels where you can get a lot of channels, man. And a lot of people are just going to rock with that, and millions of people are going to do that. So that's still where a lot of money's there. And those stations, they all want a piece. Apple, Amazon, they're all trying to get a piece of the sports money. So in the NFL, they're piecing out games to certain, YouTube might get a game. Amazon's going to get everybody's kind of getting pieces. And in basketball, it's like all these little local networks, they all kind of went belly up, and Fox Sports was carrying us. And then Bright House, you'd have to pay for regular Bright House cable to get a Magic game. Well, football's just on Channel 2 and, on your basic television every Sunday. So they got so much money in that sport because everybody's competing for that TV money. So they're driving up the price, and there's so much money to be made. So now all these guys that were making like 10 million now make 20 or 30 million a year. It's insane. So in the NBA now, all this extra money's coming into the league, and they've changed the rules. The Players Association and the team owners have come together and had a new deal, trying to, stop so many trades and make teams like have the players that you brought up from the very beginning, bring you through, and
instead of
LeBron and Dwight and Durant and Harden and Westbrook going to different teams every other year, and Kyrie, it ruined basketball, in my opinion. Like, it didn't ruin it. Those are all amazing players that brought a lot of money and a lot of, things to their teams, and
shook it up.
A lot of skill that other people followed and are bringing into the league now because of how good they are. But it took away the fandom of, the Knicks were this tough Knicks team, and they had Ewing and Oakley, and every year was the same team, but you knew that they were going to have to battle, and maybe they were going to be good this year, but they had to overcome the Celtics. Or I like how they've made the rules to where it's more even, to where it's not like just the Lakers and the Celtics that potentially can be the best. Like Oklahoma won this year, the Milwaukee Bucks have won one. You've got a lot of smaller market teams winning championships right now. Orlando is prime to be that one, and I think we can do it, man. I think we have in this next 2 or 3 years that window, and it's cool, man.
What's the next milestone on the calendar between now and Halloween?
They got this little summer league thing that's been going on, and that once that's done, they're going to be going to training camp. They're going to have a little break, go to training camp. They'll have their rookies. They'll have coming in, and this is like the third year for some of the, like a lot, like Paolo. I think he's coming into his fourth year now, or third year. All these guys are coming, into their 3 or 4 years together now. So this year they've already figured out each other's playing style. They've already gone through the plays that they know do and don't work. So it's going to be, what are they doing on offense to change things up? They brought this Sham God in, who's like a really good dribbler. He helped teach Allen Iverson how to do a couple of his dribbles that made him so popular, along with another famous, basketball player, dribbler kind of dude. So we just brought him over from Dallas Mavericks on a big deal. And one of our assistants is going over to Phoenix, and he was a good offensive coach, but it just wasn't clicking with us for some reason. So that change up and everything is going to be interesting from a coaching standpoint as well. But what's next for us is really getting this team training camp, getting them confident, making sure everybody gets through all this healthy, so we start the season off healthy, and just get off to a good start, man. Everybody's been paid now. All the starting lineup and a lot of your bench guys, they've gotten their contracts for multiple years now. And so now it's like you got your money, you can invest, you can be comfortable. You're not watching your friend make millions while you're sitting there not making as much. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a paycheck that's robust. So now earn that paycheck, motherfuckers, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, get out there and let's show us what you got and let us fans, revel in this time. So let's bring it, I can't wait to go to games.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries. What else we got? I want to talk more about Jamaica, whether we get it all in tonight. I know we're going to have multiple episodes to be able to bring stuff into it. But I would like to close it off with, giving us just a mindset on, a little bit more about what y'all did, and maybe give us a little piece for next episode.
Cool. Yeah.
You're on the spot.
All right. Landed on the
spotlight
on the north coast, which is cool because it's beautiful, and you start going east or wherever you're going to go.
And you're in the mountainous 9 Mile region,
right? But we typically land in Montego Bay, and
okay.
You drive down the north coast, which is beautiful, and you see a few estuaries or little river deals, and I head up that ways towards this really cool bay called Discovery Bay. I think Christopher Columbus was there, and it's just so cool looking. And they take bauxite, or they probably still take bauxite out of the limestone to make aluminum or something.
Okay.
And you can see this big docking deal, but it's a beautiful bay, and right around there we turn it and go up towards Brownstown, I think it's called, and you're up in a cliff, and it's skinny, and the whole town is heaped up on the main road, and it's beautiful. And then
and it's just like
and then 9 Mile.
Beautiful blue water. That's what I remember, Ocho Rios, when I was down there, on very beautiful blue, just intoxicating water.
Yeah, and the just the hillsides, and pulling over and getting like I love the coconuts where you they got the water and the jelly in there, and you get the you scoop the jelly out after.
So good.
And
I love that coconut, that white core.
Yeah, and there was Jamaican apples. We ate them, and we ate this other thing.
The fiber.
I forget what you call it.
Can you climb up and get a coconut from up high?
Can't now.
Could you?
Well, yeah.
When you're younger, would you climb up them?
No, not so much. But I remember Dave Nickerson, our buddy, would climb way up like a monkey.
Man, that's cool.
I didn't want to wipe out, but he could do it.
Heck yeah.
I know what you're talking about. You just monkey grip it with your hands and feet.
And it's amazing how they can just, it's like the power. It's amazing. And it's a lot of them use the assistance as a safety kind of things. A lot of them don't. It's amazing.
Yeah. Because if you get up there, it's a wasp nest up in there.
And they're like in every palm tree up top when they're flowering and stuff. So you got to imagine that they're probably going to be up in most of them. And you got to fucking hold it together and not let go.
Didn't you get stung on the eye?
Yeah, I just got stung on the eye like a week and a half ago.
Jonas got 6 hornets somewhere on his
body. Dude, did he really?
Yeah, recently. Shout out Jonas.
They've been bad lately, man.
Jude, Leonard.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, Jonas. Jeez.
Yeah. They redid, I think they just redid their studio, little jam room. It looks
cool.
Great. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Great to jam.
So food wise,
food is the best. That's what, I didn't say that as far as organic farming and the earth is so fertile and healthy. We got to see a few different kinds of soil, but just by and large, man, everywhere things just explode with life, and you don't need to do a lot to it, even with the water, but like the soil and maybe like some chicken poo, stuff like that, and just things.
What's like when you go by a local home, everybody growing their own food?
Everybody's got patches. Yeah, they grow all kind of yams, and they grow a lot of cabbage and carrots, and
is it like large like I know you sent me one big cabbage farm, but is there a lot of farms, or do you see a lot of like micro farms?
All of it. You see little patches, then you see somebody has like a bunch of patches, and everybody's got and all kind of just like quick fix in the corner, but real fruitful, the land and the climate, and a lot of Andre would ask, how many times you get this fruit? Is it once a year, twice a year? Does it die? Does it come back? And there's so many different crops.
Farmers markets?
Big time. Yeah, we just gorge on all kind of fruit.
Like little side carts of food and whatnot?
Oh, yeah, that's
tacos.
That's what you do. You like cruise into the town, like if you was going to the Bob Marley Mausoleum, you'd also be wandering around the town a little bit, checking this out, checking that out, getting a cool.
What's the tourist scene like?
Vigorous. And we saw lots of people, like the boats would come in, the ships would come in, and then, Andre and I was like, it was crowded today. And then next day I'd be like, damn, today is crowded. And then next day I'd be like, even more packed, and it was flowing. And there's been a bunch of upgrades to the whole facility, and that they got some new shops and some new setups, and it's just and
you're saying like last time I remember, another thing that stuck out is you talked about like music and bands every night, and from everywhere that you'd hear in the distance music
pumping
always, and always a positive energy,
super positive, respectful.
All the people, just conversation wise, just
full,
very
a cool intelligence,
accepting.
And everybody's got like a good work ethic. I mean, I can't say everybody, but it seemed like everybody's having a good time and whistling while they work, and it felt good. And a
good energy.
Food, lots of. I ate a lot of chicken, and I ate veggie stuff and tofu stuff because Dre didn't eat no. Well, he ate some fish, we ate something called callaloo. It was with our rice and some other stuff, and it was Dre showed me how they grew it, or actually someone. Tenio, I think, showed us how they grew it, but the plates were they're exotic to me. Even when it was the chicken, which I love, it was still exotic. It was different, and I don't taste stuff like that a lot. So when I go down there, I'm, everything's so organic, and the food is, and I'm just, I'm loving it.
So
fruit.
From a tourist perspective of going down and experiencing a lifestyle, especially I want to pinpoint 9 Mile because that's a place that you've really spent some time in and enjoyed, and it's kind of stood out to you. What would you say an experience or what is something that you would do on a daily basis within the limited time you're there that stands out to you that you valued, maybe that you don't experience or even have the system to value it here? Like what's still stood out to you to be different?
Dudes of all ages were like super positive and mellow with each other, and like just like what's up, and that was cool. Nobody was like stinky, just
and everybody here, just you're mad, you're stressed. There's like a lot of like
everybody.
No, but like I'll throw this at you to lighten maybe what I'm saying up to is we've been thrifting a little bit here lately.
Yeah.
And in this thrifting at these Goodwill stores and stuff, there's a lot of people that this is a business for them. They're like, these donation places are taking donations, then they're flipping this stuff in markets, and it's like the eBay of, it's like everybody's flea market now is these Goodwills, and everybody shows up. In these aisles, people got carts full of stuff in these aisles and all these clothes.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've seen one argument really, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of
just cool vibes.
Cool vibe. and people going, oh, did you see this and did you see that? You see it, but man, you can pick up that bad energy from people too, and you see it, and
so it's therapeutic.
And I feel like traffic wise too, there's something.
Oh yeah.
Here, like especially grocery stores, sometimes you just get this bad energy from stuff, and maybe it's my own built up bad energy that I'm not even pointing a finger at another person, but there's something about the pace of life.
And go somewhere where you can't hear a freeway.
When I go to Georgia to get away, and it's like a simpler life, there's less things to
put your feet on the ground.
You know what I mean? It just and then you get to really experience what's around you in a different way. And I didn't ever experience that slow down nature till I actually moved into a place where it felt like home, and opportunity of growing things, and now seeing the fruits of the labor. You start to really kind of slow down and see the hawks that are out there playing, or the owl that's there every morning at a certain time, or a hawk that's on your roof that you can get a picture of, and embracing that love of where you're at and everything.
You're making me want to say thanks.
And I feel like down there, it's maybe people just, they love where they live, and they're very welcoming of everybody just kind of come down and experience it and take a tour and see what's going on down there.
Feel what's going on and wash away whatever needs to dissolve,
Yeah, right? It's better energy, man. I love it.
And I'm very thankful for everybody that made it possible, and for everybody that I met, and all that. Just
any shout outs before we end the show?
Yeah, I'll shout out to the folks in 9 Mile and Jamaica.
And let's give us what's going on with Flagman.
Touring Southeast, I think, in the Midwest, and coming up this fall.
Okay.
And
and give us this big Kyle Name in a Mile news.
Oh, well, yeah, he told me that I think he said they were being played on like 36
That's so
radio
cool,
stations
man.
across North America, and that they got some numbers.
What's it? A couple years ago, you were working on that album with them and kind of starting getting them in the studio, and had some stuff going on with floods and everything, and
speed bumps.
And we get to go see them play over at West End. They've been playing everywhere. I mean, it's just we've been hearing about the story all for a while now.
They have a new lineup, kind of,
and seeing them come in, and you're like mixing tracks like at a different pace than you were, and it's just because you've just compounded and just grinded out all these hours and logic and learning, and
hopefully
and your all the experience you have from the every instrument in the world you can play, and have the sounds and the tones and the understanding, and now you're taking this technology and computer crap, and you're all crunching it all and bringing a really good music for these younger kids that are coming up in the game, and they're expressing themselves and through their music and whatnot, and you're kind of just putting a little stamp on it in your own way, and it's all this good energy and good people, and I don't know, man. It's intoxicating to even kind of be around when you see it happening, because we all are doing our jobs every day, and what's this and what's that show, and get this and get your yards and your animals and your kids, and at the same time there's all this artistic expression being thrown out there that we all consume. Every one of us consume, through our songs and our playlist and our this and our that and our life's experiences. And so it's a different thing to kind of be just close to it in a way, or to be helping and giving experience to that next generation to do what you did growing up.
It feels super good.
You're that basketball coach, or that just that knowledgeable person that's sharing it, and that's not hurting it for only yourself.
That's cool. Yeah, it's a give and take, and it's a share, mutually beneficial, and good vibes, uplift on both. It's back and forth, and respect.
Just all the people that I've met through you have all stood out, and have all just had this really good energy.
I'm thankful.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And till next time.
222 with a doobity doo.
screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that shit's killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.